We here 3 episode rule. We're watching the new anime season. We're giving it 3 episodes, and we're gonna decide if we would continue watching it. But other than that, you should continue watching it or just drop it off. But whatever you got to do. Blur Cartel, Blur Official, Blur Group Entertainment, and all other compadres we have going on over on 99 Media, Blur Media Television. We working around here, but maybe Spider Camp, the Lelouch V, Afro Comedy 765, the motherfucking Watson, and BMT. So, the anime for this week is Tales of Wedding Rings. I said it last week. Just give it a chance. Don't let the name fool you.
I was going into it with that outlook.
We're gonna talk about it. Everybody doing it on this Thursday night.
A beautiful day, yo. Plenty of crazy stuff happening on the internet. My life's amazing. Yeah. As long as there's something crazy to talk about, I'm a happy camper. Degeneracy floweth over.
Shouts out to the Broken Wrist Boys. Shout out to Static Sosa.
Happy Black History.
Happy Black History.
Right, like focus.
Everything told me I only had to celebrate the first half of the month, and that I'm free to be as vehemently white as I want on the second half.
No, but you still have to give reparations for the rest of the month. I already expressed that.
Yes, I have to give reparations in the form of condensing my Pornhub searches to only ebony during the month of February. So.
Don't do that. Live your life.
I mean, listen. I'm just trying to make sure.
We late. Like, we already established this.
We're already off the rails.
It's a whole thing.
Don't
But it's
blame me.
Thursday, it's almost Friday, so I'm having a good day.
Person was TikTok now.
Shout out that Anime Negroes. We are talking about Tales of Wedding Rings. Now, with a poster like this, you would think this would be a fire show. You know what I mean? But
Somebody took it out my mouth.
It was.
We're gonna figure it out. So, the episode opens up. This kid is catching bugs in the forest. So I don't know what kid actually does that deep in the forest, is catching bugs. But kids be kids. A gateway opens up. A young girl in the older filming comes out the portal, and she says, "Well, forget everything you see right now, and I'll be your friend." So they've been friends for the last 10 years. So it's Hime and Satu, and they go to high school together. And the last day of high school, she's like, I want you to go to the summer festival with me. And they have a moment where he thinks he's gonna get a kiss, tell her he loves her, stuff like that. And
blowjob.
no blowjob here. But fireworks goes off, and she's like, "I have to move. I gotta go away." And she did come out of a portal. I mean, what the fuck? But they enjoyed their day or their last day, and she says, "I gotta go get married" and all that other stuff. So she goes back to her world, and Satu's like, "Nah, I'm not having it. I'm gonna go back in this world and chase you down." And he ends up going through the little gateway, and she's in the procession of getting married. So it's definitely a different world, vibe right there. Dwayne Wayne and the Jasmine guy and all that other stuff, and she implicates that the rings that are around her neck is very important to her. So she's in the middle of getting married. Beast, devil monster crashes through the windows trying to kill the princess that she is, that she's proclaiming to be for the last 10 years, but nobody believed her. But her name is actually Crystal. So Hime was just,
Crystal Nona Kami or
there's a lot of shit in this show you can't pronounce offhand. She finishes the marriage by kissing Sato and giving him the Ring of Light, and the Ring of Light can defeat monsters. So he gets a sword, slashes the Abyss monster, and he passes out immediately from just the exertion of the power. Wakes up and says, "What's going on?" She's like, I chose you because I kind of fake love you, but just say in the layman's terms, she's like, shit, I fake love you, but I didn't want to marry a stranger, pretty much. And this was a neighboring kingdom,
Legendary type.
Marsh, and he also has a long conflicting name that I don't want to keep saying. So
The
he says
prince.
Marsh, I would say Marsh. Makes sense to me.
Pause.
And then, they end up waking up, and more abyss monsters are attacking the kingdom. And he says, you know what, ride or die, bad boys for life. We in this thing together. So gets a little axe, gets a kiss from the princess. He gets his Red Bull, honey pack, whatever you want to call it, Viagra, the blue diamond. And then, he's ready to go to battle. So that was pretty much the first episode.
I thought that was the second one. But,
That's the first episode.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Second episode is more convoluted, but due to my, what do y'all think about the first episode? Heavy Moonbeam, what do you think about the first episode? Tales of Wedding Rings.
Okay. So I was not excited about this anime whatsoever. I can just let you know that. Hate harems, barely like isekai, and just like unnecessary fan service. So right there, this was a absolutely fucking not. Episode 1 surprisingly was not bad. I enjoyed what looked like a typical like love story mixed with some fantasy. Didn't see the unnecessary fan service, at least at the beginning, and so it was cool. Like the pacing was good. The animation is gorgeous on this anime. In my opinion, the colors are bright. I actually watched it in dub, and so the dub was really good. The voice acting on that was good. So, how are we rating this? Or like A through F or
A through
Sean?
F works.
So for the first episode, I would give it. Oh, and I like the comedy, so I think I could give it a solid B. Like I didn't hate it. I didn't even think it was average. I was interested, so which was shocking. So I'll give it a B.
Lelouch.
So
He
for
feels
me,
differently.
yeah, I definitely feel a little bit different. This is called Tales of Wedding Rings, but this first episode I call Simpton Another World because, like,
Oh!
why would you do
That's
that?
what I thought of too. That's what I thought of too.
Good.
Because there is no situation where you going into like this other portal to a place where I don't know, and then I'm just gonna go through and fight this demon that popped up. Like all these things is just things I would not have signed up for immediately. So I mean, I guess that's part of my dislike.
He
for
didn't
this,
know what
but
he was getting when he jumped in it, though.
he chose
He just
to
thought
do
he was,
it.
but he was following his love. You ain't following the love of your life,
No.
even though you don't know where she's gonna end up.
No.
Yeah.
Am I following a high school crush into another dimension? No.
They've been
Fair.
together. They've known each other for
but what
10
if you
years,
get
though. That's way more than a
superpowers?
typical high school crush.
That's stalking.
That's wild.
You're not following her for the power?
I don't know if I'm getting power.
Right, we don't know
Listen,
nothing.
if a portal shows up and I have the instinct to follow a bitch through it,
Sit down.
I'm just-
Sit down,
I
Tommy.
think
Sit down.
instinctually, I'm thinking I'm probably going to get power.
Tommy can't sit down. He can't sit down for his own turn.
I mean,
It's improbable. It's impossible.
Y'all choose late. You catch me after the Adderall wears off. That's not my fault. Okay?
While it's
No,
still running
man.
through his bloodstream, you don't get what you're gonna get. We accept him for it.
but no, he is walking to a lot. It was a solid first episode, I guess. I give it a C. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't love it. I watched the entire series in dub on Crunchyroll. Then just for kicks out, I decided to go watch the
Shout out to
uncensored
Crunchyroll,
version
Negroes.
of it.
So it's on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Censored, though.
They just
But yeah, that's
Well,
then-
barely
then I went
censored. It's censored, but it's still
Oh,
under the
it's
mature
fine.
Shout out to
category.
Crunchyroll, you get the panty shots and
It-
a
the-
break.
No, we got
Fun-
nipples. No, I saw
I
nipples.
sent the nip slips here and there.
I saw
No,
her.
that was not a nip slip. That was.
If I want to go watch panties, I'll go watch
There
panties.
was some grass on the field.
They show
watching-
everything.
Shout out to the panties.
yeah. But yeah,
Shout out to PG-13.
Usato, Wait, that is his
Yeah,
name, right?
Sato.
Name is Sato.
Sato.
Yeah.
Him and that other guy got the same
he-
name.
Right. I mean, he was very, very cookie cutter. Like nothing about his personality necessarily stood out to me. Especially in later episodes, I was like, "Why are you like this? Like it's there. Just do what you got to do." But we'll get to that. But yeah, C.
BMT.
It's an F. It's just an F to me. Nothing. This was horrible. Like it's just like 2024. I mean, first of all, you find a girl coming out of a portal. Okay, and there's no question to that. Yeah, just forget about it. Like nigga, how do you forget about somebody coming out of a golden light and you chasing beetles and stuff? Like, but regardless of that's not even a question. And then they jump to her being 18 and she's a popular kid and XYZ or whatever, and they go to some festival. And I hate lame dudes that they always get that. I want to tell the girl how I feel, but it's like I'm like, oh god, here we go again, man. Like, come on, man. Like what? Like, I hate that. Like, they always play that little feminine, little I'm scared of her type of nonsense.
It's the Japanese condition, yo. They're coy AF.
No, they're weird. We know they get panties out of vending machines.
Facts.
So that
Amongst other
happens, but then.
Love Hotel.
Then all of a sudden,
you know
it's
the
just
vibe.
a random. I'm leaving, and then okay, we already know how it works in anime. I'm jumping through the portal. All right, cool. Shows up in there and at a wedding. The prince, as I'll call him, he didn't give a shit. We could tell that nigga. I could tell when a nigga just don't give a damn. He like,
Yeah, he didn't care.
You got my bitch. Cool.
Yeah, like that's. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude gets 0 F about.
He was like,
bro,
y'all need a companion for your travels? I'm down.
like,
I'm down.
I'm like, bro, there ain't no smoke. There's no, how dare you be in my castle? He was like, all right, cool, you can take her.
No,
And I'm
he
like,
didn't. He
damn.
a down to earth nigga.
I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
there's nothing. And then, dude, I guess fights this demon, look like Devil Man, whatever type of shit.
Hey,
You
don't
know,
do Devil Man like
it
that.
was
He's
corny.
way prettier than
you know what I'm saying? He get a kiss. I guess the kiss, from what I read about, that's him getting turned on when he goes to Golden Glow or some shit. And he can fight creatures when he's turned on by his girl. And so he cuts the thing in half and blacks out. That's him. And then I'm like, all right, this is, you get in the bathtub with your wife, with your woman, you all looking down and shit. And I'm like, bro, that's your woman now, bro.
You wanted him to just lay the pipe, didn't you? You wanted him to go in there.
I want him to be a man. He a man.
Get some business.
Well, whatever it was. So that's why I give it an F. You know, but he's so willing to go to battle for her, but he's scared to touch his own woman. I can't get with this nigga, bro. Like, it's I'm like,
He's a hopeless romantic. He said
He's
why
a
he didn't
lame.
want to touch her.
he's a lame.
We're gonna get to that the next episode.
He's like Michael Jackson, scared to touch his own woman.
Afro comedy. What we give in the first episode?
Listen, I gotta give it a bit. Listen, that's my roots, yo. Isekai harem animes with the cheery, passive aggressive disposition. That's my jam, yo.
Oh,
That's my
Lord.
fucking
I hate
jam.
those.
It's that nostalgia factor, yo. It'll never get old with me. I gotta give it at least a B. Is it cookie cutter? Yes.
A B.
Is it fan servicey? Fuck yes. Do I love it? God damn, I do.
Wow.
Watson.
I'm with you with the B.
I'd probably give it like just a B, a solid B. Everything, like everybody was saying, as far as the foundation of what the show is, came about. So it made sense going into the next episode as far as, you know, the main character and the reason for everything as far as why it was happening. It's pretty easy to follow. But yeah, you know, I thought that was kind of a dumb thing for him to do too. So, but anyhow, it was all right. It was a nice little introduction.
We got what we got. Next episode is
What did you give it, Cam?
I mean, I give it a B. It kept my interest for what it was. I mean, versus what I thought it would be.
I was
but-
worried it was going to be completely too sappy. I'm not gonna lie, yo.
You know the one thing though. You know the one thing, even though it was a scent move, I was not mad at him for actually taking a chance.
Listen, in my head canon, eventually he's
Got
gonna
it.
have a crazy orgy.
That's
with
what-
Boy,
that's
y'all
all
sound so lame right now.
Man,
It's probably the stupidest
don't
thing
know
you
the
could
funny
ever.
stuff,
It's the stupidest thing you could ever do, but
If you get superpowers out of it,
he
yo,
took a chance and got lucky.
You don't
And
know.
now he
You're
did
not-
it
He
for
did
Mr.
look
Winner.
up like crazy.
a
You
hand
gotta
sound
take a
generates
risk
daddy.
to get a big reward.
Y'all
Like,
sound so
gambling
lame right now.
101.
Next episode.
It's gambling
All
101.
right, so
man.
episode 2, he gets the a light axe and saves one of the maids from one of the abyss monsters, and then we get to see one of the higher up abyss monsters, the Abyss Knight. So he's clearly in a different tax bracket, and then
Yeah,
the
she was-
grandpa's
she was
just
so
like,
bad,
yo, I need you to run right now because we can't beat this nigga. Obviously, he didn't say that, but it was what it was. And then he
That's
goes in
definitely
full
what was
sleeve
implied.
to try and attack him. He gets hit into a wall. The axe breaks. He loses his powers, and then he's running from these two abyss monsters with Grandpa. And Grandpa's trying to explain to him what's going on. Grandpa, you know, he can manipulate the elements. So he did trap the two in like a little rock stalagmite type deal. But the abyss
Good
Knight
old
shows
Earthwall
up.
Jutsu never fails.
He shows up and then he's like, "Oh, we're cornered." So apparently, this Abyss Knight is such a big deal that the Prince Marsh covered it up with a blanket and set it on fire. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought this Abyss Knight was the top real deal, but he got hit with the Casper the Friendly Ghost and got set on fire. So
All that hype for nothing.
so they run away. They go in a carriage. That Uber carriage must have been right outside the
That carriage was on
motherfucker.
point,
So
yo.
they're out there and they're like, "Oh, what about the kingdom? Oh, that nigga ain't worried about the kingdom. He worried about you and killing the princess." Cool. So they're on the carriage ride and they're talking about the rings and the ring of light and all the other shit. And she's telling him, "I was supposed to marry this nigga, but I don't know that nigga." So just like, and then the boy she's supposed to marry, Mars, she's just like, "Well, I don't really want to marry the bitch because I mean, I'm a bitch. I don't want that."
Maybe that's not how he is, yo. It's 2024.
I'm gonna help you, but I'm
I
not.
would've burned that kingdom down.
I ain't want
I
your.
would've
You know
burned
what I
that
mean,
kingdom down.
I ain't want your situation. And then, they end up going to this cottage and spending the night. And Grandpa was like, "Yo, I'm sleeping in the same room as her." She's like, "Nah, you need to sleep with your newlywed."
Creep.
What the fuck? No, he's hurt. And then
That's
so
the pervy old man stigma staying alive.
shout out to that Roshi bum ass Jiraiya, all that stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mariah, listen, he dropped the ball, yo. He could've
Pretty
done
much,
so much
they
better.
have a smooth talking to of what they want and what their feelings are and shit like that.
More talking.
Yeah, it's a lot of talking. So they
More fucking
they
talking.
talk outside and it's like he talks to Marsh first. He's like, "Nigga, I don't want to be where you're at. So shout out to you, everything you got going on. I don't want to be the ring king." So it's just like, you got it. So Grandpa beforehand explains what the ring king is. He got 5 separate rings:
Ring cartoon.
light, fire, water, wind, etc., to beat the abyss.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, buddy.
He's pretty much Captain Planet. So, but all the
Captain
princesses
Planet
took the
with
rings
bitches,
and
bro.
they separated, and the abyss demon king is back, and all that other shit. And then Dave was like, "Well, I really want to marry you." So they officially get married. She kisses him like they're in love, and then they're supposed to consummate the marriage. And I thought Bull was a little bit too forceful. He grabbed her by her shoulders, like, "You gonna lay
He
on
did pin her down quick.
He's like, "No, I don't want to do that. You ain't gonna give me no essay charges."
He said it's 2024, yo.
They spend the night without going to sleep, and then in the morning they go to the elf village, and it's like, this is the second princess
Time
you
to
got
get that elf cunny.
it's more Jones that got married. And he wasn't for it. So, but the elf village is surrounded by a tempest,
Chaotic.
and they go through an underground. it's a little comedy thing with a bear, and the bear gets swept up by the tempest, and the elves kind of go to the underground passage and meet the elf princess, and she's a complete shut-in. So it's just like, oh, a person from the outside world, I'm out of here, and he's just like, what the fuck? So that was pretty much
Cougar
episode 2.
City, yo.
So, Ebony, what you think about episode 2?
It was alright. I wonder, was there anything that really stuck out? No. Got a little bit more fan servicey. Was like, meh. I don't hate it. Pervy old man hated that. I liked the little hints of comedy here and there. It's kind of lighthearted in different ways. And the more I find out about, the explanation of the rings and how they're supposed to be used and stuff, I didn't hate that either. It wasn't that complicated. And I don't know if I like that or dislike that it's not that complicated. I'm gonna give it a solid. Okay, wait. So in this one, they do tell him that he'll have to marry other women as well, right?
Yeah,
Right.
this is where he finds
Okay.
out
So
polygamy
that
began
was
in the
probably the
beginning.
thing that I hated the most. I was like, here we go with the bullshit. It's about to start. And if he ends up with anyone outside of the person that he so recklessly jumped into the portal for, I'm gonna be pissed off.
But what if they find a
So,
cohesive?
I don't give a
simple-ass
fuck.
thing?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about that because I don't share. So I'm gonna give it a C. I don't share shit. The fuck?
Lelouch.
Chaotic.
It's a D at max.
Yeah, that's what should have been given out.
Honestly, like,
I don't hate it.
because there's just so many things that's just so out of place to me. Like,
He's lame.
Yeah, yeah. Because first of all, not even the prince. No universe where I'm riding out with this dude that just
He's
took
a
my
good
woman.
guy, man.
Then, yo, you should sleep in the room. Yeah,
The prince is zesty. The prince is zesty.
like,
Yeah,
No, I just feel like he already probably has a girl. Like,
No, I
remember,
think
this
he's got a
girl's been
guy.
gone for 10
There we
years,
go.
and she done showed up, and now he gotta marry her.
Plenty of cultures like that. There's plenty of cultures like
I still
that.
feel like he has somebody. Like, he has somebody already.
I'm sure
And
there's
this
a
girl just
well-chiseled,
comes back through a
well-muscled
portal,
man
and
that
now
knows
he's
cultures
expected to
on.
marry her. I don't think that that's a bad thing that he decided not to. And y'all talking about how he ain't doing X, Y, and Z. Like, has just being a basic gentleman and not
There we go.
deciding that they want to fuck. Where did that go? Where
It's
did that go?
2024. We're in 2024 right now.
If not
What are we doing?
2024 in this anime. First
Well, I
off.
mean,
Can I get back to my
why
part of the
wouldn't
review?
it be?
Can I
Yeah,
get back to
please,
my part of the
Lelouch,
please,
review?
Lelouch.
They went to another world. They had smartphones.
I'm
All right,
listening, Lelouch. What you got to say?
hold on, Lelouch, what you give it, a D?
Yeah, it's a D. But
Like Sato should have
going
been popping
to
off.
him, it's one thing if this was like again, you're going back to your point from last episode. They've known each other for 10 years. They literally get into a bath together and confess their love for each other. And instead of actually having a conversation about what their situation is or doing something, they just they could actually talk, say something, but instead they decide to lay next to each other sleepless and have anxiety all day. That's really weird.
But he specifically said, he
Man.
wants it to be right. Like, he
Right.
doesn't want it to be awkward. He doesn't
I'm
want to
not
be
talking
forced.
about-
He wants it to be natural,
Right,
which I
and
think that makes
Then
sense.
why would he
That's
naturally
cool.
jump in a portal?
No, it's gonna have to be the after battle bust down, bro. That's how it's gonna have
Right.
to go.
Like, you really saved my life for real. And I love you and I need you.
She's gonna hit him
Come
with
here.
the Doc Gok 9000 for
Can
slaying
I get my
his
review
king or
of
something.
this one?
You may be
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm giving it another F.
Oh, feisty.
I'm giving it another F.
He's sassy
And
today.
I would give it an F, but I
Real
can't give it an S. But it's a failure. Failure as a prince. Failure as a hero. Failure as a princess. Literally, I mean, the prince don't got no. I mean, he already just told y'all like he's tapped out. Like nobody wants to be the Poly King. That's what the nigga is, the Poly King. Nobody wants to be
Poly
that.
King is crazy.
Poly
The Poly
nobody
King
wants
is
to
a
be the Poly
banger,
King.
though. I fuck with it. The Poly King is
So
fire.
nobody wants to be the Poly King. The girl and him are very indecisive
I'll be the Poly
18-year-olds.
King if he doesn't want to be.
She wants him around. I hate broads like that. They want a nigga around, but then again, they don't want the nigga to make any moves on them. But then again, he's scary as hell. So they both are just a waste of time. This is why the bad boy always wins.
Mind you, it's an anime review.
She was laying there willing though.
Hey,
He
there's
pushed her
another
down on the
part
bed
later
and she
on.
was like, "Let's go."
She was willing to let the elf lady
She
watch
was
in the
willing.
bath.
So back to the carriage was just popped up there. They hype. I agree, like how Cam said, like the guy they hyped up, the bad guy, nigga died from a fire blanket or some shit. Like what the fuck? Like goddamn, dude. Like they instead of him worrying about getting some booty, they need to get him some training. Like he told y'all, like I have no training in combat. Like how is this nigga gonna survive? Like he worried about getting cheeks versus actually getting training, and he got to go out there to fight. Like that makes no sense whatsoever. Like, bruh, you would think they would start training you how to survive. You just worried about cheeks, bro. Get some training. Like
He's not worried about cheeks. That's the problem.
Right, that is the
Right,
problem.
make up your mind. Is he worried about cheeks or is he not worried about cheeks?
And this is why these animes be getting by the crack.
He's putting the pussy on the pedestal. That's what he's doing.
Exactly.
Well,
So
he's gonna have like 5 or 6 of them, yo.
I expect some of y'all to put this up there so high. Like I said, this glaze of the Poly King is real. So it is,
man.
Like I said, so you know what? I'm giving it an
It
F.
outnumbers us by a long shot.
So two S Afro comic.
Listen, I stand by it. This is the kind of degeneracy that I was built on, yo. Come on, this is my corner. This is where I'm at home. You love to see it, yo. So I got it's another solid B for me. And as it goes on, listen, the elf milf, yo, 54 years old, still looking spry for an elf. You know the vibe.
I hated it. I hated that 54.
I get a crazy.
I was like, seriously.
What are you talking? An eardrum?
No, I just hated that she was 50. She was 54 and acting like that.
Well, I mean, we know how elves age.
But still, even more. Like,
yeah.
Seriously, you've still been alive and functioning for 54 years.
Yeah, but
regardless if you look like a fine piece of 17-year-old.
She's been behind the tornado wall since her parents were gone.
Can we talk about the brother sister?
Yeah,
I hate that.
That's
really
weird.
weird.
Next episode.
Yeah,
let's get into it.
What grade you get episode 2?
I'll probably just give it the same B minus. It was pretty steady in what they were doing as far as the story kept going. But I would say the one thing that a lot of people don't like about what's going on with this cat is he's like more into his feelings, and that's what the ick is, from what I can tell. On top of that, it's like they were saying, he doesn't need he expressing he needs training, but they're not giving it to him. But I was saying it's the rings, which you need training for. All you need to focus on is the cheeks at this point. You just need to get in these women's good graces.
Gotta unlock the power.
It's just a pimp with maybe just.
Let's go, Watson.
Oh, it really is. You know,
no, I'm not mad at it. It just caught me off guard.
I didn't expect it either, but I'm here for it.
Right. Every now and again, Watson, like, I'd be like, oh, damn, you really
Watson
are
dropped the gems.
Watson got some ism for the game. Watson
our problematic Negroes.
So, the last episode, pretty much, was it Nafi is the elf princess? Nafi 2.
Oh, yeah. She's, what, 50 something?
54.
54.
But her brother Jade arrests the Satu in this cell and just like, oh, you gonna spend 80 years in this motherfucker.
Yeah, give us some time to mature, my guy.
So, but the other people, the motherfucking grandpa and Hime is going, oh, y'all are honored guests. You're chilling. You're all good. So Satu does spend 3 days in jail, and some elf lady
Till
comes
the
out.
sexy older lady pulls up.
Peridot. I will always remember her name.
So
from
it's
her
pretty
show.
much
Shout out
the
to
elder. She is
Paradox,
the
the elf
oldest.
elder.
She is the oldest elf in the village of Ramoka.
Still looking super
And she
sexy.
takes her to the one temple, and you see the wind rings that Nafi's parents does have to create the vortex around the village, and then Nafi comes in under a blanket. She must suffer from
Doing the
anxiety, or whatever.
worm.
She's
She's
shut in
literally
it.
doing the
She's
worm into the room.
doing the caterpillar, the worm, talking to her parents, and then
Thought
she
they were playing hide and
realizes
seek.
other people there, and then Satu kind of helps her with the elder to get her out the room, and apparently the elder is like, "Listen, I know it's your job and all. You might as well just get it cracking." She's down with it, so shout out to Satu not getting caught in essay charges. So he wakes up and just talks to Earl, throws up in the bed, and the thing. So
rainbows.
when Jade figures out Nafi and gone, and then Satu's gone, he throws a fit, and then so apparently Satu washes the clothes, and they both ass naked. He's not ass naked. Of course, she's ass naked.
He got the abs out.
The abs out talking about Earth and the outside world. She gets real hyped about talking about the outside world. The titties is out and all that jazz. If you're into elf titties.
Shout out elf titties for life.
If you're into the elf titties, you know they're out in full display. And
You ain't never had a girl throw the prosthetic ears on, bro?
Not yet. Is
Don't
it a
be
goal? Maybe. Is it something I might want to? Maybe.
Think about
But
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jade figures
take advantage of that.
With the one ring play, yo. The one cock ring. Oh, you know.
Wow.
So I haven't put on the cock ring yet, so we're gonna.
Hey,
I like the yeah. I appreciate the yet though. You could have been like, absolutely
yeah,
not. You were
hold on,
like,
stay
nah.
up.
It's in there. It's in there.
Well, I appreciate
Hey,
the E and J
don't
and
knock
what
the
Brown
ring
Liquor
till you
does for
try
me.
it, bro.
And-
Don't
and-
knock
Yeah.
the ring till you try it.
I can't believe people still drink E&J.
Urgent jerk.
it's-
February.
It's Henny. You know, Henny is just E and J with
Henny.
Jordan on. So
No, but I appreciate Henny. E&J have you in the bathroom the next day.
E and J will keep
Bars.
you rocked for 2 rounds if you need it. Other than that, Jade, it finds out and kind of gaslights her into coming over to his side. Don't do that to our parents and blah blah blah. But this elder is just like doing her most and just like trying to tell her to convince her
Get
to
out
change
the
her mind,
house.
like that. But the main squad reconvene, and they're gonna find a way to get the rings of the Wind Temple to Sato. He gets the whole spill of the history of the elves and all that other stuff, and the traveler that came through. It's pretty similar to what's going on now, and kind of was in love with their sister, and then the darkness came over because of the white man, and that's pretty much what that story. That's pretty much what I got from that story. So
They finished the story.
Pocahontas, basically.
she's like, "Fuck you niggas! I hope a curse and all the abyss fucks up this whole village," and she leaves with the outsider, and then the secondary sister, her parents just like got scared of that curse that. She even cursed. He just said,
Talk about a generational curse, bro.
It wasn't a curse. He just said, fuck y'all.
Exactly.
Like,
Made it into a legitimate curse.
so elves don't die, but as long as their hearts beat, and so they're nigh immortal. So they cast a spell, the vortex around the village to keep it safe. And the mom was like, told Nephi, do not leave the village by any circumstances. Which she's probably gonna leave because reasons for the story. And then you got the story of that, and then the episode ends on that. And that was the 3rd episode. Ebony, what you in the 3rd episode? And are you going to keep watching beyond the 3rd episode?
Okay. So the 3rd episode, Yeah, I really dislike the weak ass princess. I hate weak women, so that just annoyed the fuck out of me. The minute the brother came on the screen, I was like, prick. I knew instantly that he was gonna be a dick, and he absolutely was. And then right when I heard him say one thing, I was like, oh, he's a sister lover, and then he proved that, which is another trope I completely despise. Um,
But at
uh,
least it didn't seem overtly sexual, though.
yeah.
It was sort
Doesn't
of
matter
now.
even if it's not. Like,
Right, it's still weird.
At least he was
And-
thinking about giving her up.
That's gross. Anyways,
Hey,
also
I can't judge
the-
Elf culture, yo.
there was just a lot happening, but also a lot of nothing happening in that episode, and it was probably my least. It was it was my least favorite episode. I didn't care about all these extra characters and their backstories because I don't think it's gonna tie into the bigger picture with the rings and stuff. So I felt like it was a waste of an episode. So I'm gonna give that a D. The only reason I'm not giving it an F is because the elder's name is Peridot, and that's my birthstone, and I thought she was kind of cool.
And she looked like
And
she
the next
looked like the
episode,
chick from
in this episode, she didn't get
fucking,
her name on,
she looked like the chick from what's the shit? Already use healing magic, just
yeah.
carbon copy. Just an elf. So we got a D from that. Lelouch.
yes, F. Like I couldn't find anything to like about this episode. I was turned off from it very early. This is a lot of nothing in another world. I'm not continuing this show. When I got to that the credit scene, I was just like done. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Freedom.
Shout out to, hey, we don't like every show we watch, so
I will say that I'm not 100% saying no to continuing this show, but it is definitely one of the. I told Watts that if this was a show that I had binged, I would have dropped it, but because it comes out week to week, I may allow it to build and see. But I know they're on episode 5, so
for a person that
maybe not.
watched, the person that has watched 5 episodes, Afro Kami.
Yes. I have watched 5 episodes.
The Degenerate.
Like I said, it's always in my wheelhouse. I know that there are some people that are so tired of these same old anime tropes, but when you watched as much different anime and read as many different mangas, whatever, and just took it in so many different pieces of media in general, you notice when they take a step away from the tropes and you get into the spell where you don't see them for a while, and then when you do see them, the nostalgia is just perfect. And I think that's what this does for me. It's been a while since I've seen such a blatant use of these anime tropes, and they're just knocking all the buttons. And I'm a sucker for a pair of anime.
There's 45 of these a season.
So you give it A, S, B.
No, B's across the board. It's a very standard anime.
Watson.
B for bullshit.
You know,
Basic bullshit.
I might be a
Lots of
disciple
boobies.
of Afro Kami because I seen all 5 episodes myself.
Tragic.
But you know, after I saw the 5th one,
Paradox is
I'm
straight
like, I
warrior,
don't know,
you know?
because this is the first time I've actually seen this type of anime before. So I'm like, I don't know.
This your first isekai harem anime?
Yeah.
It's more like hentai.
No,
Yeah.
this ain't
Anything
even-
resembling hentai.
That's
No, I'm
not
saying
even
that's what he's
close.
saying. No, I'm
Oh.
saying that's what he's saying. That level of nudity and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, because I'm like, this is what.
go watch
I didn't know
Ninja
that's what this
Scroll.
was
There's
going to be
poison
for real.
women.
It made sense when you guys were talking about it, but I was like, this really is like that's. I was like, I don't know. So, it kind of turned me off to it, to be honest. It's not really my thing. I'm a Dragon Ball nigga.
Well, there
I
wasn't
just need powers and transformations.
panty shots every 300 episodes in Dragon Ball. It's the
True.
same girl
Okay.
panties every time.
I like me a sophisticated chick like Freerin.
He was
Shout
a
out to-
sophisticated
hey,
chick.
one thing Freeman has proved that you can do
A simple,
a frame by
chick
frame
like Freerin.
manga to anime translation, because Freeman is literally like just like the manga damn near.
But for me, I mean, it was whatever. I didn't expect too much from it. That's why I probably keep watching it for just a guilty pleasure, I guess. I've seen worse. I've seen what's that shit?
Fairy Tale.
No,
Yeah, I'm always
We're
here
not
for the
doing
fairy
this
tale
tonight.
slander. That's what I'm fucking
I'm not
talking
here
about.
for the fairy tale slander.
I
and I'm gonna
seen
need y'all to relax.
what's the anime that's like 10 minutes long? It's an anime. It's a harem.
I don't know. There's a lot of hair.
It's a couple of those.
You're talking
But
about
the
nigga who came
episodes
from
are
the
like
Air
10 minutes
Eater
long.
era,
They're
bruh.
not long at all.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know
I don't
I
have
hate
it
harem, so I
right
can't
there in
help
my
you.
database.
He's like, sorry, hold on a second. Let me go get my black book of harem anime.
Yeah, I was about to say, let me open this PDF to the harem files real quick. And
I'm
I'll get
good
right
with
to
it
you.
as the.
No, but if you created one of those, I would definitely be interested.
I definitely,
in that.
bruh, I've watched, believe me, and I'm not just saying this, I've watched probably a good portion of almost any generic harem anime just because I was a fucking goddamn horny degenerate on the internet for my teenage years. What else was I fucking gonna do?
You might really be Jiraiya then.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and make out
I get the
there.
name, I'll put it in the chat.
It was
Other than
really
that, it's a
good.
B.
Backyard wrestling and fucking the internet. Those are what I was raised on.
This
You know
guy.
how many roofs I've jumped off through? I went through a table before it was cool.
Wow.
I also took a guitar shot, not knowing. The
I live in
guitar
Buffalo. That's a regular Sunday.
It's a regular Sunday.
Shout out to the guitar shots. But listen, next anime, Chain Soldier.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh.
We couldn't have gotten a break.
Already
Like,
did
we
at
couldn't have
least
gotten
one
a
of them
break
songs.
between this.
All right,
Like,
fine.
why must you torture
Well,
me this way?
We get. Listen, you want Chain Soldier or Witch and the Beast? Which one you want?
You
Oh,
know.
I'm loving Witch and the Beast, but I can go Chain Soldier. I'll watch Chain Soldier. We'll do
More
Witch and the Beast.
degenerates for the Chain Soldier.
you know I'm a lover of degeneracy.
So Chain
Witch and
Soldier
the
is the next
Doesn't
joint.
sound like my bag.
But
I am loving Witch and the Beast.
everybody on here has something going on. So we're gonna start Ebony Moonbeam. She got going on.
A whole lot of nothing. Just kidding. I have a lot going on, too much that I cannot put my finger on it or release anything because I'm doing so much. I am currently working on Black History Month, anime cosplays. I'm also preparing for
That
Valentine's Day
Harriet Tubman joint gonna be
cosplays.
fire.
I'm not doing Harriet Tubman, so let that go.
You're missing out on an opportunity. You are missing out on an opportunity.
Yeah, maybe. But I could also potentially get canceled for that, so I don't know if I'm willing to go down that road.
That you can't cancel a black woman for cosplaying Harriet Tubman. Goddamn.
We're just not doing that right now. Waifu Views just recorded a Black History episode doing like a slight deep dive into Afro Samurai and the references that people grab from that anime and what it means to us for the culture, yada yada yada. So I'll be dropping that episode tomorrow. Also follow Waifu Views on all social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and follow my page as well at Ebony_Moonbeam on all social media platforms because we're going to be giving you more and more stuff all year long. Also, you can find me on 3-episode rule. This is 3-episode rule. I meant to say the round table on Wednesdays, which is why I did that. But it's okay. It's been a long day. The week's almost over. Give me a break.
Yeah, we'll find you at the many of things you're doing.
Yeah, of course, check me out on blurred.com. We got articles dropping there regularly. The Been and Out podcast. We drop. I think we're dropping every Wednesday now for our show. Of course, going to the Blurred Pool Entertainment Facebook group. Definitely always cooking up something in there. I like starting arguments. It's like my favorite thing to do, and I did a lot there.
It's an amazing talent. You got to embrace it.
It's just
That's fun.
What else is? I'll leave it there. Oh yeah, new portion of Blurred dropping, Blurred Sports. So we're gonna be doing a lot of sports content going on with that too. I'm excited to get into some more basketball talk.
Call me when the NFL comes back. Yeah,
You're not watching the Pat Mahomes pre-ring ceremony?
absolutely not.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I am
pretty good.
watching it. No, I am watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna watch it, but I don't really give a fuck because I wanted to see the Ravens in the playoffs. So.
But Usher's gonna let it burn all over.
Let me tell you something. Unless Usher literally comes out in full Gojo cosplay, I don't give a shit.
You don't think
I've
I've seen Usher in concert like 3 different times. I love Usher, but
you know who else?
what
loves
else are you gonna
Usher,
give me?
allegedly? Valtrex. Allegedly.
We're not getting sponsored in any way. Listen, I'm prepared to drop the dead weight. So whenever the contract comes out, Afro Comedy, you know what you did.
Oh, so when they want to give you that extra money for having an actual voice of the people here.
Oh, yeah, I don't gotta worry about none of that. Get extra money? Yeah, why not? Other than that, I'm pretty sure they're gonna talk about the trade deadline for the NBA. So follow Blur Sports. Let me know if football comes back.
Shouts out to Kobe and the statue.
Yeah, and Kobe's statue
Kobe.
also. And then
That's
of course they did the NFL awards. CJ Stroud Rookie of the Year. I think
That's
Myles
not
Garrett
right.
got Defensive Player of the Year.
Shouts
So
out to the
we'll see what happens. Afro Kame, the degenerate, is not getting a contract.
He's still gonna be here.
You already know.
He ain't going nowhere.
You can find me at AfroComedy on all social media platforms. Of course, you can catch me on Friday Night Yearn with Cam as long as you hadn't benched me for my reckless talking.
You're fine on there. I mean,
Friday Night Yearn, you know the vibes. You can also catch me on Overall 99 Media, being an Overall 99 scumbag. We're still on the road to 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. New episode of Casual Conversations just dropped. Ebony Moonbeam was on said episode. It was a raucous conversations about all kinds of degeneracy going on the internet. You know the vibe. Something flagrant, something inflammatory.
and then Watson.
I'm at Watson _ the Great on all platforms. Shouts out to the Broken Wrist Boys.
Can you shout out Black History Month first?
Shouts out Black History Month. I mean, we can do
Yes,
that.
aren't you a Negro?
I mean, I get told that a lot.
He's a Dragon Ball Negro.
Shouts out to DG, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Solo Leveling. But yeah, you know, shouts out to Tim Reese as well. But good to see y'all. Catch y'all on hopefully TikTok Live tonight.
Yeah, we go live on TikTok tonight. We was live last night. It was pretty okay. Beforehand we was talking about battle testing anime characters. That was fun. You know, niggas was being convoluted, not sticking to the script.
Whole lot of loopholes.
There was a bunch of loopholes.
Hey, so Sasuke won, huh? Sasuke won.
That's so fucking.
Y'all Negroes is just surprising me. So like y'all wasn't keeping the
I
same
wasn't part of
energy.
the problem.
Hey, I kept the same energy the whole time.
I doubtful, but you know, go watch that. Subscribe to Blur Cartel on YouTube. Follow us on every other social media. I was about cat phone. Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch, all that jazz. What it sound like is on. Go follow them. Everything got going on. They're doing album reviews. Probably talking about Travis Scott not getting any love at the Grammys because everybody's like twice his age. But
Hey, but you can't ignore
Killer
the
Mike.
Utopia did.
Killer Mike, shout out to hip hop
Michael was a
influencers that
better
don't know who
album.
Killer Mike is. Playboy Cardi's walk around in a thong. I don't know what's going
Hey,
on.
we covered that on Casual Conversations earlier.
And then you know, I don't know if they're talking about the Drake Smeets. I think that's over with, but
We
That
got-
was what we were supposed to talk about.
Oh, that's the one we
I knew
forgot.
that was something we had forgot because I am fully.
I don't know. It's
I've
not
done
music
all the
related.
research.
But
I've done all the
what
All
else?
the research.
Lotto
I've done all
is
the
beef
All
with
the
Ice
research
Spice.
is wild.
Probably the greatest beef in our century right now. So, you know, you're here for it.
Crazy out
The next anime is Chain Soldier. So, yeah, we'll be watching that. I'm caught up on it already. So
That's even worse.
go watch it. We'll go live on TikTok and, you know, We out here. Everybody enjoy themselves. I'll see y'all on Friday night. Well, I'll see Afro Comic tomorrow for Friday night. Your WrestleMania kickoff press conference.
Yeah, buddy. You fix
Let's
this shit, Cam.
Let's go,
Cam, you better
Chiefs.
fix
Fuck
this
Patrick
shit.
Oh my
Mahomes.
gosh.
You can't let him
Fuck
talk shit
Patrick
about my family.
Mahomes.